Hey gang, how's it going? And it's that time again. Take a guess as to what I'm referring to.
Alright, hold up. You've already read the title of this video. You already know exactly what I'm going to be doing in this video. So if you want to watch me dye my hair, head on over to about the 4-minute mark. But for now, I'm going to continue rambling as I always do.
It's time to dye my hair again. I considered buying again the Runway Red because it worked so good. There's two hiccups I have, two problems, I guess you could say, that I had with Runway Red, which aren't really problems. I guess it's just a personal preference. When I shower, like it's still like does not run clear. Like it's still, the dye is still coming out of my hair. I'm gonna say the first couple weeks that I would go to bed with my hair wet, I would put a dark pillowcase on my pillow because it was staining my pillow. On top of that too, as much as I loved the color because it was so vibrant, it isn't the exact color I would want for my hair. It's one of those things where like if I had to stick with that color, I'd be completely happy to. But I really liked the colors that I originally picked from the Sally Beauty Salon, the Mega Reds, where I used the light intense copper and the medium red. I can't remember. But I really liked how those gave more of an orange look, like as you can see in my profile photo. But for me, and this might not be for everyone, but for me, the Runway Red had more of like a pinker undertone. Like I said, it just boils down to preference. If I had no other color to turn to, I would be doing Runway Red again. So I'm gonna do an experiment. I'm gonna see how the Sally's hair dye does on top of my Runway Red to see if maybe it'll keep the, hello. I'm kind of throwing out, you know, hope and a prayer that maybe with the red that I already have in, to add on top the color dye from Sally's, that maybe it'll hold it longer. I could just be completely wishing on something that'll never happen, but let's give it a shot. And my car is acting weird. Go figure. So yeah, I guess that's it. Let's go to Sally's and let's get some hair dye and some developer because I think I'm out, as well as some highlight and have fun with me. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to add the full bottle of the light intense copper and then add half of the medium intense copper, which that makes 3 ounces of dye, which I will match it with 3 ounces of the 20 developer, and I'll let that sit for 35 minutes. But first, I gotta change my outfit. Duh, because I get like anxious and excited to dye my hair that I forget to change my outfit, and I kind of like this shirt and I kind of like these pants and I don't want to lose them in the process of dyeing my hair. Oh, and we will be highlighting today as well with the 20 developer also, and yeah, so let's get started. First I'll go change.
So like I said, I measured the 3 ounces of colored dye with the 3 ounces of the 20 developer. I put it together in a bottle called a color applicator. I also got it at Sally's for pretty cheap. And on it, there is a little grid that says how many ounces you're putting into the bottle, so you can have an exact measurement if you are kind of OCD in that regard like I am. I have noticed too that with my hair and the amount of hair that I have, 6 ounces was just about right towards the end of dyeing my hair. I had to really massage the product in to make sure all of my hair got well coated. I think the next time I dye my hair, I'm probably going to move up to 7 or 8 ounces of dye and developer. So I'd probably do about 4 ounces of dye with 4 ounces of developer to make 8 ounces to make sure all my hair gets well coated, because I was worried towards the end there that I wasn't going to be able to cover my whole head. After having the dye in my hair for 35 minutes, I washed it out and blow dried my hair, and I mixed that 1 ounce package of highlight with 1.5 ounces of developer, and I put my hair up in sections, as you can see, and I worked at starting with the bottom section. I added in highlight in just random areas. I like chunky highlights, that's what I do. I do understand that it's probably best that I should have waited several days before highlighting my hair. I'm an impatient person. I like to just get stuff done, so I do it all in one night. I know, it's not good. I'm not a professional. Do not follow my lead. And if we're on the topic of big no-nos, I know too that I'm not wearing gloves while I'm putting in product, and I know that's really bad for you. I regret it for several days after I have highlighted my hair. It ruins my fingertips. But because I'm such a fast and patient person, this way I can get it on faster before the highlight bakes too quickly into the first strands of hair. once I have done all the sections of my hair and added the appropriate highlight into it, I will then put the highlight into my hands, rub it together, and work it into my roots as if it is a mousse. This adds extra color and dimension because the chunky highlights add a brighter blondish color, while the ends, when I add it in as a mousse, it adds kind of a softer, lighter color. So I have a myriad of colors going on in my hair. This is the trick that I do. It's kind of like an ombre look, even though it's not intentionally made to be ombre. It just kind of turns out that way. And I will then leave the product in my hair and I will check it every 10 minutes. And when it is as bright as I like, I wash it out. All right, let the timer begin and I will show you the finished product tomorrow.
So here's the finished product. It's not as vibrant as that Runway Red. I didn't realize how vibrant the Runway Red is, or was, until after I put in this dye and washed it out, and I was like, oh no, did I use the wrong colors? And so I was checking, like I kept my old dye bottles and compared them to the dye that I bought, and I'm like, no, these are the exact same colors. So why is my hair so much darker? I think it's just because I was so used to the very bright and vibrance of the Runway Red. So this is how it looks with the dye. I love it. I just love being a redhead. I'm hoping that maybe if I dye my hair enough that suddenly it'll just like start growing out red. We can dream, right? So this is how it looks. Thanks for following me as I dyed my hair red, and I hope y'all have a good day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep following me, completely optional though, please subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later. Catch you on the flip.